What if the night sky were more than something beautiful to look at? What if it could tell you when the tides would change, when eggs could be collected, when storms were coming, and even when a star had exploded? Across many Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures, the sky is not separate from life on Earth. It is part of one connected system. There is no single indigenous astronomy. Australia is home to many peoples, languages, and knowledge traditions, each with its own stories and observations. But one idea appears again and again: knowledge is built through relationships between the sky and land, seasons and animals, people and place. The moon is one of the clearest examples. Over roughly a month, it grows from a thin, waxing crescent to a full moon, then wanes back into darkness. Sometimes even the unlit part of the moon is faintly visible. This is Earthshine, sunlight reflected from Earth onto the moon and then back toward us. The Yolngu people of northeast Arnhem Land describe the moon as a male being named Ngalindi. As Ngalindi rises, he fills himself with water. As he sets, he empties that water onto Earth. This narrative connects the moon's changing appearance with the tides, an observation also explained today through the gravity of the moon and sun. During the new and full moon, the sun, earth, and moon become aligned. Their gravitational effects combine, producing spring tides, the greatest difference between high and low water. The same tidal forces have also locked the moon's rotation to its orbit. The moon does rotate, but exactly once during each orbit, so we continue to see almost the same face. Alignment also produces eclipses. In the Merriam-Mir language of the eastern Torres Strait, a lunar eclipse is called Mebdimdi, meaning covered moon. Some Warlpiri and Yolngu traditions describe a solar eclipse as the sun woman being hidden by the moon man during an embrace. Scientifically, an eclipse requires the sun, earth, and moon to form an almost perfectly straight line, an arrangement called syzygy. But the moon's orbit is tilted, so the three bodies usually pass slightly above or below one another. Only occasionally do they align closely enough to create an eclipse. Other sky patterns reveal what is happening on the land. The Gamilarai observe Gawargai, the celestial emu, not in the stars themselves, but in the dark dust lanes of the Milky Way. As its shape and position change throughout the year, the emu becomes a seasonal calendar. Around April and May, the emu appears to run across the sky, indicating that emus on the ground are laying eggs. By the end of June, the celestial emu appears to sit on its nest. The chicks are developing, so egg collection should stop. Later appearances can signal changes in food, water holes, and movement between seasonal camps. The sky can also record changes within the stars themselves. In a Kokatha tradition, Nyeruna, represented by Orion, chases the Ugarilya sisters of the Pleiades. Their eldest sister, Kambaguda, stands against him. Nyeruna raises a fiery club, represented by Betelgeuse, while Kambaguda answers with fire from her foot, represented by Aldebaran. Betelgeuse and Aldebaran are both variable stars. Their brightness changes over time. As their light grows and fades, the character's fire magic strengthens and weakens. The story therefore corresponds with real variations visible in the night sky, observations made long before modern astronomers fully understood why some stars change in brightness. Traditional narratives also describe sudden events. At Tinarala, or Goss's Bluff, modern geology identifies the landscape as the remains of an enormous ancient impact crater. An Arunti account describes a baby falling from the Milky Way inside a Kulaman, striking the ground and forcing the surrounding rocks upward into a ring. A Yolngu story tells of a bright new star appearing after a fisherman named Nguruguya Miri sacrificed himself to save his younger brother. Researchers have proposed that this could be connected to a supernova recorded by Chinese astronomers in the year 393, close to the stars Shaula and Lesath. It remains a possibility rather than a certainty, but it shows why traditional knowledge deserves careful scientific attention. The night sky is not simply a collection of distant objects. It can be a calendar, a map, an environmental record, and a library of human observation. Look carefully, and the sky does not just tell us about the universe, it tells us about life on Earth.